As we're going live in 1 minute. Yes. Yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Well, welcome back to the Hotel Orloff here in scenic rural Retreat, Virginia. It's episode 763, and no one's watching. Okay, put the link in the chat. I can be on, let's see, it's almost 5 o'clock. I can be on for, for maybe an hour. Drew, the dog, is chewing on things. Drew, you should not chew on things. Listen, Drew. It's Tuesday night. No. I think I need to go feed her. Anyway, if you want to come on and chat for an hour or so, the link is in the chat. I'm going to go feed the dog real quick. Be right back. She grows hungry as soon as I start a show, either live or canned. Be right back. All right, so I'm back. Went and gotta go pick up my wife in about an hour and grab some food and then watch Trump's speech. Nobody's watching, man. What? There were 3 people watching. You guys don't like watching a screen that has nothing going on? Okay. So, let's see what's going on in the world, man. Oh, here's Basil.
What's up, brother?
Not much. What's up with you?
Nothing, man. Just tripping out on all the Trump goodies, man. That's pretty cool. I think that the people over there in Florida really got down and told them what time of day it was, man. So
yeah, I was watching that earlier.
I think,
and then when he was leaving,
I think
somebody jumped.
It's so over the top.
Yeah, when he was leaving, some protester jumped in front of his car, and the Secret Service had to push the guy off the street.
I didn't see any of that. I just was watching Bannon's War Room and his coverage over it, because that's one of the staples on RAV, Real America's Voice. And they were just showing all the cheesecake stuff, him going to the coffee shop and all that stuff. But
I saw
his main reporter.
He went into some restaurant and said, "Free food for everyone."
Yeah.
64
his
minutes.
main reporter, main street reporter, is this chick named Natalie Winters, and she said that where they were posted up all day was right next to where MSNBC was, and they were just kicking him to the curb, like, and then right next to MSNBC was the Chittapong channel, some China World channel or something, and they were just kicking him to the curb over there the whole time. So, yeah, I found that, that's kind of interesting. You know what I mean? Just kind of,
Yeah.
they're such scumbags, dude. I mean, it's just so scummy what they're doing.
Yeah. Well, the speech tonight should be very interesting. Anyway, what have you been up to?
Oh, nothing, man. I pretty good picking. Picked a lot of old vintage clothes last weekend. A friend of mine that I worked with for quite a few years when I was working for that estate and for the company I was working for. He's really he was a younger dude and like totally just like us though, just amazing like how much he's like us, but yet he's only 25 or no, he's probably closer to 30 now, but back then he was like in his early 20s, and he got hit with like the worst cancer that you could get hit with. It was just unbelievable. And I told Cleo about the story about it, but to make a long story short, I had told him, like 6 years or 6 years ago when he was really bad with it. I said, I went up to him and, at the hospital, and I told him, I said, dude, I've lived a good life. I'm perfectly happy. If I could trade you the rest of my life, so and then take your place, I'd do it. You know what I mean? And I did nothing but pray for that kid for like, a couple years straight, and anyways, to make a long story short, to now bring it to this time, he hits me up and tells me, hey dude, I'm gonna come over and drop off some stuff for you. I'm cleaning out my storage. And, make a long story short, he's fine. They told him he could never have kids. He has kids. He's fully recovered so far. You know what I mean? It's been like 6 years. Yeah, it's just amazing. So anyways, he comes over here with this badass old trunk, right? And he's just like, dude, I don't have time for this crap right now, between the babies and working and, he goes, I can barely just hustle, the stuff that, I hustle on the side, which he hustles like stereo equipment and stuff like that. Uh-huh. And so he brought over this trunk and it was just packed full of good paper. And he was just, I don't have time for it. I know there's a lot of good stuff in there. I said, well, I'll tell you what, if anything hits big, you'll get half of it. So I've been working on this. It's the typical gratu find that you find this stuff all the time. I don't anymore, but
no, I don't anymore.
It's just,
what do you got?
No, but you
photos and stuff.
You used to. Yeah, I remember I would watch your I'd watch your channel and you'd be like, oh look, I found this trunk, blah blah.
That was some people down the street that threw away a giant amount of old photographs from 100 years ago and cards that they just, that was unbelievable. They just didn't care about their ancestors, I guess.
Yeah,
so I did rescue
that's
those.
How this is. But this was this, he told me, he said that we have like, downtown Fresno is like the old part of Fresno, right? Like all, big cities that, you start from the center and then move out. Yeah. Well, there's a Beacon storage building there, and it was in there. And he went in there just to go buy some stereo equipment. He's seen pictures of it and seen that they were going to be getting rid of, the storage unit. And he said, "What the hell?" And he won the whole storage unit, and he found that trunk. You know, who knows what he took out of there? He could have took, you know, he ain't no dummy. So, you know what I mean? But I know just what I've gone through, and they're just amazing. And I was very happy. And he's just like, here, dude, just take it. And like, anyways, it was just like super cool. We just like hung out like we used to. He finally had a little bit of time, and it was just good to see him healthy and vibrant and strong and, you know, kicking ass in life. You know, that was the main thing, you know, screw whatever he gave me. I was just like, dude, I'm so happy for you, dude. You know what I mean? It's like, you know, I hate to say it, but like, I'm so jaded now. Like, if he would have been like just a commie scumbag kid, I would have felt bad for him, but I would have been like, whatever. But he's just like totally like us. I mean, he's just like, loves the old stuff, researches the old stuff, knows what America is, knows what it's supposed to be. You know what I mean? It's like, I mean, he's every bit as like, he could get in here and talk with us all day long, like no problem. And he's like under 30 years old, you know?
So what are these old photos? Are you going to sell them individually, or how are you going to, what are you going to do?
No, they're ID'd. I've got a whole run from life till death. They like actually took pictures of this woman from the time she was, you know, young, a baby. I've sorted it out from the time she was a baby, and then they took pictures of her when she passed away post-mortem, like in her deathbed. And I was just like, that's that run right there. That's got to be at least a $50 run right there. You know, that's amazing. She was born in the early 1900s and then died like sometime in the late 80s, early 90s.
Okay.
And then like most of the photographs that are in here are all early 1900s, like well, I would say early 1900s to about 1952. That's about 53 is about as far as I see it go. The chief character in here, his dad was a dentist. He was a dentist and also a dentist in the Army Air Corps. So the dad was a dentist. Then his son grew up to become a dentist, and he became a World War II dentist. You know, he worked in the Army Air Corps fixing Air Corps guys' teeth, and then got married. They lived in Michigan pretty much all their life, and then decided they would live in Florida for a while. They lived in what I could tell. They lived in Florida for 4 or 5 years, and then they finally settled out in where is it? It's right on in Sierra Madre, California. So, yeah. So that, you know, and it's a pretty good run. I'm sure it isn't everything the family had, but it's a chunk. You don't usually get that much. Usually it's kind of hodgepodged, you know?
Yeah, I'm going to make a call real quick, see if Kevin at Gotham City Comics is available.
You got it, brother.
Hey, it's Kenneth. Not much. I was doing a live stream. If you're not busy, if you wanted to pop on. Okay. Okay, cool. All right. I'll see you in a minute. All right, bye. He just got swamped, but everyone's about to leave the store, so come on. He just got some old reissues of some model kits like that. You remember that Ghost of the Red Baron model kit? That's like it's got an iron cross as the base, and then it's like a nodding skull with eyes, and it's got a spike. He got except they reissued it where the the helmet isn't chrome. It's some other like red or something. I don't know.
Wow.
But anyway, I think it glows in the dark, and some other model kits of knights or something.
I'm starting to find kibbles and bits, it's not the good stuff is pretty racked. But I've been to some estate sales where I'm amazed at what's left behind. Like, because I'm not a first day buyer. I can't, I don't want to play in that game. Those people are playing, pretty close to retail or high up there to where the margin of, if I want to flip it, it's not worth my time flipping it. You know what I mean? So, but I'm amazed at the secondary stuff that I find these people leaving behind. Like, it's pretty good, man. I mean, I don't know. I mean, it's like the model market I don't know. I mean, it's okay. Like when my uncle passed away, he left me like 300 vintage models, like from his time period when he was a kid. I've kept a few like cool Western gun models and stuff like that, but that I love them. I mean, I was like, dude, there's no way I'm going to get rid of those. But most of them I didn't give a hoot about. I wasn't ever going to put them together, and I mean, they're neat to have. And I sold
in the box.
Yeah, they were unbuilt in the box because he was like a collector. I kept all his built ones, like the stuff that he built. He would build like I'll have to get those out and show them to you. He would build balsa. Huh?
I said I'd love to see those.
Yeah. He built balsa wood like airplanes and all that stuff. Yeah. Oh yeah, it's amazing, dude. I kept those, but there was probably like a whole run of like probably 60s. I can't remember the name of the brand. I know you would, but they were a big model builder. They built all the World War I planes, and I could like drop those on eBay, opening bid $9.99 and not worry about it. Like every time I was getting like $60-$70 a piece for them. You know what I mean? It was just like, I was blown away how strong that market is. But then the market for a lot of the other models that he had, there's like no market left for those at all anymore. I remember there was a time for it. Like he liked a lot of that 1/35 scale, tanks and armor and stuff like that he would build. But yeah, he was a master model builder. I mean, the dude. I mean, come on. I don't know any gunsmith that wasn't a master model builder too. I mean, that's what he did. I mean, he was a engineer at a big plant, but also ran out of his home gunsmithing thing. He'd gunsmith for people, and he's just an amazing guy. It's just too bad that the people with that kind of knowledge are all gone. They're starting to go. Well, most of them are gone, and it's like what little knowledge they had, what little knowledge I learned from him that I retained is just, I guess it's humongous. Compared to most people don't know their butt from a hole in the ground anymore. It seems
model kits aren't sought after anymore because of their scale.
I don't know. It's like the market just fell out on them.
What is 1/30?
I don't think it's the scale. I just think nobody builds them anymore, Gratu. I don't. They and also the market's kind of glutted with them. So, like the guys that build, you know what I mean. It's glutted. That's what's happened. Is the market's glutted.
And then there were a lot of the really sought after kits that I remember in the 1980s. They've done reissues and reissues of them, things that no one thought they would ever reissue because the molds were supposed to have been destroyed. You know, Aurora was bought out by Nabisco, a cookie company, and they put all the molds on a train. And I think there was a wreck or something, and all these molds for the Bride of Frankenstein, everything were broken. And they thought, well, we can never reissue those. So the ones that are out there are the only ones. And then I guess technology got to the point where people realized they could create a new mold from a model kit that hasn't been built. And it was just like, anyway, it's so they've been able to reissue just about everything, including the most obscure model kits and most sought after things. So I think that brought down prices. And then the younger kids, all they know are these phones, and I don't know what's going to happen to the comic collecting. And people think are buying all these comics for these astronomical prices, but I don't know if that's going to keep going. How many more generations is this interest going to last? Or when will it just end, like Big Little Books or Tom Mix, or when there's no one else, when there's no one around anymore that can remember that nostalgically from their youth. And kids don't read comics really at all now. So
Not at all.
So
very few do. I mean, there's a few, but very few. And let's see what else I do.
I don't know. I think the whole floor may drop out. But
oh yeah, period, across the board. But that's across the board on everything. You know what I mean? Do you think? I'm in that mindset, anyways. I mean, it's we're flirting with disaster, and so whatever, man. I mean, it's like my friend Travis says, hey, damn the torpedoes full speed ahead, man, because we're living in uncharted territory.
Yeah, because if they keep getting their back against, they obviously they're desperate, doing this, this with the Trump on the very day that it comes out that Biden took $10 million in bribes. And now today it comes out that the guy in the Ukraine says, I've got recordings of the phone calls. It's like, if they get more and more desperate, then, they're going to say, well, these space aliens or these Chinese have created an electromagnetic pulse, and you're not going to have your phone for 3-4 months, or electricity or food.
Yep.
And that'll cause everyone to forget that Biden took $5 million. And, that's what they're hoping, at least.
Yeah. So, well, I mean, we all know that's superficial. That's just like the frontal wound. We all know it's way deeper than that. You know what I mean? We know the $5 million is like the dangling bait.
That was $5 million. They keep mentioning $5 million to make it sound like it's not much. That was just to Biden. The other $5 million was to all his family members, but that was just the Ukraine. What about China and all these other countries?
Yeah,
he's getting money from Russia.
Yeah.
So, he's getting it from everywhere. And he says, well, they won't, they're not going to find the money because I'm honest. And it's like, that's because they sent him $5 million in little bitty pieces in 1,000 or a couple thousand different transactions, where the money went to some other company and then to another company, and then it went to him in 1,000 different ways. If you add it all up, it's $5 million, but it wasn't like they just gave him a briefcase with $5 million in it. He says, well, you find the money. That's just ridiculous. I don't, meanwhile, he's got
that was such a smug statement, man. When he said that, I was just like, wow. It's just like, it's like Al Capone, Yeah, right. Yeah. You go ahead, Dad. Try it there, Joe. You know what I mean? Try it, Jack.
Yeah. Hey, what else what are you selling right now? What do you have up that you're selling now? Maybe there's
it's really dead right now. I'm not trying to put up anything. The market's, it's Father's Day and summertime.
Was it
Yeah,
Father's Day this weekend?
yeah, this weekend, and
Oh, I was just
it's
talking about Mother's Day and Father's Day on a show this morning. I had no idea Father's Day was this weekend. I was talking
yeah.
about
I just figured it out myself. I kept on going, man. Why is it so slow? It's like I went like I had like a pretty terrible month last month, and the fact that it was great, and then somebody wanted to return something, kind of just like they did to Cleo, and
oh
it
yeah,
ends
yeah,
up,
yeah.
yeah, and it's like it screws you all up. Well, I recovered from all that, which was fine, and then and now it's like kind of just like back to normal. It's but I do notice the drop off. Like every summer, I notice it doesn't matter what I put out there. I can put the best of the best or the worst of the worst, and you know, chances are like 33% that it might sell. And then if I put the same thing up, in fall, like say just after school starts, my chances of selling it are like 80%. You know what I mean? So it's just so right now I'm not really, I'm not trying to put anything like, I think I just got like some stamps out there. I think I got like I've got a really nice like rockabilly Pendleton shirt, short sleeve shirt. It's really nice, truly vintage.
It
Just
is it's
a
probably
little
meant
bit of
for
stuff
someone
like
that's
that.
very all that
Huh?
vintage clothing's made for the vintage clothing usually is made for very small people because people weren't as fat back in the 50s and 60s.
Well, the stuff I kind of was amazed at the stuff I bought. It's actually, you know, human sized. I would guess, you know, like not like old human size like we are big boys now, but to a fairly fit, male, I would say like a size 40 chest, a size 40, yeah, like a size 40 chest. I mean, that's like the size of a, 17 or 18-year-old kid that's in pretty decent shape now. So that it's amazing when you do find stuff that's that size. Most of the time, like you said, I find stuff it's like, Paquito size, like like size small or size maybe medium, but to find large, wow, that's amazing. And usually it's like so picked over by the time you get to these estate sales, because people chicken hawk the clothing and stereo equipment and records. That's like the big hit. Like everybody is just
I
mopping
hear
that stuff up.
I hear like Salvation Army thrift store kind of places are charging $50 a record now for stuff that's not even worth a dollar. I
Yeah,
mean,
you know what's amazing? Last weekend, um, I was at my friends and they had a yard sale. And they sold all their clothes, Gratu. Like it was just crazy. Like usually you put out your, hand-me-down clothes, your stuff you're just done wearing or whatever, and you can't sell it. And so my friend was talking to the ladies in Spanish, and she was saying, "No, you can't buy this stuff in the thrift stores anymore for this price. Like you can't buy a shirt for $1.49 or $1.50 anymore. You have to pay like $5 for it, you know?" So, oh, there
oh,
he is.
here's Kevin. Okay, so Kevin got a whole set of 16 episodes of the Tomb of Terror that I put together, and I guess he's watching. What episode are you on? I'm going to give him full screen. Kevin, what episode are you on of the Tomb of Terror?
I can't hear anything. I might have to get some headphones.
Oh, okay. That's cool. I was thinking you couldn't hear us. Are there good comic stores where you're at, Basil?
Yeah, we've got a couple classics. Wonderland Comics has been around forever. And then we have Hero Comics that's been around a good long time, probably good 30 years. They're okay. I venture into them every once in a while.
I put that was the Surfragettes I put on there. Then I put on an animated short done by John Goris there.
H, I think.
And hopefully he's playing these in this shop. Hopefully there's nothing too offensive that I put on. I don't think I think they're pretty much PG. Oh well. That's the coolest store, all these monster stuff.
I want to see the models.
Oh yeah. I can stay on another maybe 30, 40 minutes before I got to run and pick up Cleo.
We have five.
How's she doing, Gratu? Is she okay?
Yeah, she's all right.
Good. She's been bunkering pretty hard.
Yeah.
Nice.
Thank you, guys.
Are you going to watch the Trumper speech tonight? When
Yeah, that's what I've got planned. I'm watching when Right Side Broadcasting goes live here. I've got it. I'm kind of.
How long before that happens? I want to cut out and watch it too.
Oh yeah, well they're going to go live in 37 minutes, but he's not supposed to start talking until I think 7:15 Eastern time. Or no, wait, I'm not really sure.
Not Eastern time. That would be 7:15 Eastern time. So yeah, that's right. That's right.
Wait, I'll check. No, 7 p.m. Eastern time. So that's 6 p.m. Oh, well, that can't be. No, that says coverage expected to begin at 7 p.m. Eastern time. I don't think he's going to go on until maybe 8 Eastern. And I don't know. What would that come out in your time? I don't know.
5 o'clock.
Okay. What time is it for you there now?
It's 3:23 here p.m.
Okay. Yeah. Basically, he's going to go on in a couple hours. I mean, Right Side Broadcasting is going to start early, and they always do. It's better to watch them on Rumble because sometimes they'll cut out of a Trump speech in the middle if they get afraid that they're going to get a strike. Or they'll.
You should get off-air TV, dude, and get RAV or find Real America's Voice. It'll be on Real America's Voice.
Yeah, I haven't even tried an antenna here. I don't really know. He's outside now.
Did he go outside? Yeah, he went outside. What's in the car? What's in the box?
Oh, he's getting headphones, probably from his car. That's what he's doing. So there must not be any customers in his store right now for him to walk out. Oh, yeah.
Awesome. We gotta make a pilgrimage there. I can go to Arizona. I need to go to Arizona, as a matter of fact. So
that's pretty close to you, huh? I mean,
yeah, about 15-hour drive.
Wait, what? Really?
Yeah,
that's not pretty close.
No,
I'm probably just as close to him where I'm at.
Well, yeah, it's about 15-hour drive from here because you can't go straight across the mountain range. You've got to cut all the way down to go to the desert and then cut through the desert.
Oh, okay.
I suppose, you know what, during the summertime, No, you still got to go the southern route because you have to. I suppose you could take the mountain route during the summer. That'd be a really nice drive, actually.
Yeah.
Because there's like you know how California is. There's like a huge mountain range that runs 3/4 of the way up California, that divides us from all the other states, and the only place it flattens out is through the Mojave Desert.
Oh.
Yeah, I to get to Phoenix, Arizona, it takes about, I don't know where's he at, right? He's not in
Are you guys
Phoenix,
there?
is he?
Yeah, we're here.
I couldn't hear a single
we're here.
thing.
We were just talking about nothing in particular.
I wonder why the volume's so low this time.
Well, we can hear you great now. Can you hear us?
Yeah, I can hear you
Yeah,
great.
I put headphones.
Okay, the headphones really work.
Yeah,
Yeah,
usually I don't need them though.
Yeah, I don't know. Didn't they just recently rework your internet?
I don't know. Yeah, but I don't think that had anything to do with it.
Maybe not. I don't know what I'm talking about.
What town is your shop in, Kevin?
It's in Mesa.
Mesa. Okay. Yeah, it's about 15, 16 hours away.
Well, I think that shows. I hope the show's appropriate for your audiences in the store.
It seems all right.
Have a remote control handy just in case, where you can stop it or pause it, or probably stop it.
I didn't see anything bad in the first one.
You're on episode 2?
No, I watched the first one again.
Oh, okay. Is that my pile down there?
Pile is.
I saw the
there.
rag man. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, cool. I have that issue, but that's a great issue.
Yeah, I just got this.
Oh,
got
let's
that.
see. Is this stuff you just bought?
Yeah, and I got this.
Yeah, I have that too. Uh-oh.
Got this.
Ooh, that's cool.
And I got this.
All right, all of this is going to be for sale?
Yeah. Oh, and I wanted to tell you I got these.
Is that one of the ones I'm missing?
Yeah, I don't think I gave you number 1.
Okay, I'll tell you what. Put that in my pile, and those
There's
last
3
two.
I wanted to show you because there's 3 different number 1s. Yeah, and this is the special Veterans edition. All the money went to the vet. All the money goes to vets.
Okay. But it already
There's
went
this.
to the vets, right?
Yeah, the money's
That's
already
cool.
went to them.
Yeah. Okay.
There's that one, and then there's this one. If you like G.I. Joe.
Oh, that's cool. I kind of like that first one. I don't know.
Yeah, I like all of them.
With all the characters on it.
Yeah, that's cool.
Which one do you think, Basil? Do you think that one or the G.I. Joe one?
I like the one that says Veterans Issue.
They all
do.
Yeah, they all do.
Oh, they
different
all do?
places. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. What. That's your call, Gratu.
Yeah, give me that one there you're focusing on, and those last two, that Captain America and that Iron Man.
Ooh, you're stepping out there, big boy.
Well, I've been trading with them. I've been trading episodes of the show to him. So I'm kind of bartering, which we'll probably all have to be doing once Biden completely destroys the country.
That's a nice Captain America.
And that Iron Man. Is this a big buy? Oh, look at that.
No, that's all.
That's it. Oh, is that an old ad? Looks like.
Yeah. You
Yeah,
could get these for,
pre-computer where they typed it.
you get it for 50 cents, 75 cents.
That's neat. Yeah, that's cool.
Must
Yeah,
be
that's pretty
18.
cool.
Did you get the Captain America in the pile too?
Yeah, he
That
did.
one or
I mean the Iron Man.
oh, Iron Man you want to?
Yeah, yeah. John Boris is doing some animating. So did you get some model kits lately or anything cool
Yeah.
for tomorrow?
Oh, I found. Look at it. I got this one.
Ooh.
Yeah, that's good. I have that issue. You should keep that for your own collection.
Yeah, I am.
Uh-huh. You don't see them very often. Was that from the same buy?
I've had it for years. I just forgot about it.
Oh, you just found it. Yeah, I just someone else ordered an episode today.
Bears are scarce or non-existent in Metroplex toy stores. Return of the Jedi Ewok villages can be found, but not stuffed Ewoks, which is what the kids want.
Oh yeah, models. I got. This one's pretty cool.
Visible creature. Real monster cuts. Oh, you're supposed to be seeing inside the creature. What a weird idea.
Yeah, it's
That's
interesting.
That's something the Japanese would love. They love doing the cross section where you can see inside Godzilla's body and see his guts and how his bone structure works. They love that technical stuff with their monsters. That is so cool.
I used to have a bat like that, a model bat I built.
Now
Oh, that's
really
classic.
cool. Now, who put that model kit out originally? That doesn't look Aurora. Ooh,
The
that's
back
a
doesn't
bad
look as
build.
cool.
He looks like he has lipstick. I mean, that is an old kit, right?
Yeah, well, it's a remake of an old kit.
A remake, right? I know.
This one's cool though. This one actually looks pretty cool when it's built.
Yeah,
Wow.
I had the one I had. I think was the blue. It might have been that. No, I
Watch,
had
look at
one
the
of those
back.
knights, and all I have left is the sword, a blue
That's
sword.
freaking awesome, man.
Yeah, they still sold those in the early 70s.
What do those set you back, Kev?
This we sell for 25.
Oh, that's not bad at all.
I mean, these are reissues. You know that, right? Oh, cool.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah,
wow,
that's
cool.
that's
too.
cool. They have the original art done right. Yeah, I have that kit built. That's really neat. I like that they're advertising they're made in the USA. That's a cool thing.
For sure.
It's about the only thing that still is. They're in New York, Deer Park, New York.
Yeah, you could buy it straight from them too. They have a website.
That's real nice. My Angel Fink was a Mexican reissue, and it doesn't have Big Daddy Roth was not on there because they didn't want to pay him, I guess, for his likeness. But yeah, I've got that model kit built too. That Retro A-Go-Go company's got ads on Facebook for their
I saw the blanket one.
their blanket. Do you see that weird Science EC cover? It looks amazing.
Yeah, I like that one.
Oh, and last night I found that they've put out the Munsters soundtrack for the first time ever. So I got that.
I heard you talking about that.
Yeah.
That's hard to believe that it's never been done.
Yeah, no one's ever put out. Another thing I'd love to see.
It was kind of like this. I couldn't believe that this had never been put out.
Yeah. Of course, that was recorded before they even had, tape recordings. I mean, that's in the 78 RPM days. There we go.
Wow.
That's all I have left is that helmet, and without this little spike. But that's not the original art that I remember on that kit. But that's cool. Yeah.
Do you guys remember a model from that time period? I built it too. It was an actual airplane. They built them to fit inside that big old humongous turboprop bomber that they had in the 50s. It was before anyways, but they would drop this little plane out of it. And I remember building that model. I'll have to look it up again and I'll show it to you, Gratu. Well,
Yeah.
One of these days when you go live. But yeah, I remember building that model, and it was like on a spring, and you would build it and put it on the spring, and then you could make it rock back and forth, and make the propeller go. It's really weird. Like it looks like a spaceship. Doesn't look like a regular plane. They only built like maybe 10 or 15 of them. It was crazy because the plane would just drop right out of the bomb bay of the bomber.
Man, that model kit's amazing. The Flash Gordon one with the little tiny
Martian.
Oh yeah. Pretty amazing. Well, that's the box that my Forgotten Prisoner came in. Yeah, that square box, that's just like the box I had as a kid, except it said Aurora on it. How much is that?
These I haven't gotten my normal shipment in yet. Let me see.
Someone did a really good job, except I didn't like it because it was anti-Trump. But
that one's going to be $26.99.
$26.99. Someone did a great painting of a Forgotten Prisoner model kit box, but it was the Forgotten Prisoner of Mar-a-Lago, and it was supposed to be Trump, and it was actually well painted. But I just thought, the son of a. Oh, now that's cool.
Yeah, it's super cool.
Yeah, you still haven't gotten those 4 from the pre-code horror from this company, right? Super 7.
Not yet. Yeah, not yet. Have them ordered.
So someone just brought in like 5 comics and sold them to you?
Yeah, they had. Remember those Amazing Spider-Man reprints that they put in the Sunday paper?
Yeah.
He had those, and he goes, I could swear that I know they're reprints, but he goes, got these when I was a kid, and I go, no, they came out in the 2000s. And he goes, no, I remember they came out in the 60s, and I said, no, they didn't.
Oh man, was he trying to fool you, or did he really not?
No, he wasn't trying to fool me. He was trying to. He was certain that he got these reprints when he was a kid.
Oh, he was an older guy.
Yeah, and I was like, I showed him the date on there.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Sometimes he might have been either trying to fool you or he's having a.
No, he wasn't trying to fool me. He just had a bad memory, or like a memory that was wrong.
Yeah.
Oh, this I got. See if you can tell who the artist is.
Stranko. That's Stranko's pre-production paintings for Raiders.
I've never seen this art, so.
Well, the reason I know it is Stranko put out a magazine. It was called Media Scene, and then he changed the name to Preview. And he printed his, after Raiders came out, he printed like a supplement to the magazine that unfolded, and it showed that painting. It showed the one of the chase on the Nazi vehicle with him hanging on. It showed, I think it showed the big giant plane. It showed.
So they never used it though on anything.
No, this was him. This is him. Spielberg hired him to make these, or maybe Lucas, I don't know who decided to use him to. These were done before the movie was made. That's why it doesn't look like Harrison Ford, because I didn't know Harrison Ford was going to play him. They originally thought Tom Selleck was going to play him, and that actually looks more like Tom Selleck if he shaved his mustache. He was supposed to be Indiana Jones, and then at the last minute, I guess there was a he couldn't do that in the TV show he was on, Magnum PI.
183.
You know, Tom Selleck actually is
always saying grifter failed.
Fairly decent actor. I've seen a few movies.
Oh yeah,
but he ain't. He's no Harrison Ford. Jones.
No, he does, but he did have charisma, but he kind of had a weird voice, kind of high pitched voice. But he made a movie. I think he do because he couldn't do Raiders. That's my handwritten case for Tinder there.
How much is that, man?
Printer. Well, I tried to, make it so he's got 16 episodes, and each one's 2 hours long. So that makes 32 hours of entertainment that he can play in his store. And now I have 17 through 25, and I just had someone order episodes 11 through 25. So I'm trying to put those together at the same time. Look at all this stuff. And I need to send some out as freebies to, there's the Cramps thing you were talking about. Now, the original drummer of the Cramps was Miriam Lena, and she later went on with her husband to form Kix Records or Norton Records and Kix Magazine. And anyway, she was just with them as a little kid. I mean, she was like barely out of high school, or maybe still was in high school in 1976 when she was drumming for the Cramps. And now she's writing a book about that time. I saw that, so that should be really interesting. She's a friend of mine. Any minute, in about 15, 20 minutes, when I get a call from Cleo, I'm going to have to end the stream real quick. That's cool. That's really cool. Oh, that's Migo.
Yeah, but look at this. I'm going to make it even better.
Oh, that's better.
I'm going to put it in this box.
Window box, yeah. Oh, wow.
And it's got the Bernie Wrightson art on the back.
Oh, that's great. So you order the box separately?
Yeah, some guy makes them.
Oh, it's not an official Amigo. Yeah, that's much. Oh, he actually. Oh, okay, great. That's cool.
And since I'm gonna open them, I'm gonna fix this face.
Fix it, like paint it?
Yeah, so you can see some skull and some moss.
Yeah. Are you good at painting?
No, but I could paint. Anybody can paint that part.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Painting rotted flesh and monsters is easy,
Mhm.
especially once you learn the dry brush technique. You know that, right?
Yeah.
Dry brush. I keep hearing all these noises, and I forget they're demolishing a building less than half a block away from me that's been there probably 100 years. It was an old John Deere factory in there. They've been pulling everything down but the metal skeleton, and then they're going to rebuild on that.
Any good signage left over in there, Gratu?
No, not that I know of. It was the building was in pretty bad repair, but it was being used as a place that recycled cardboard boxes. So as good as I was unpacking, I could just take the cardboard boxes, like just a 30-second walk, and I could dispose of them.
Wow.
And that was a good thing. Sea monkeys on Mars, man. What? That's cool. They're smart. They're coming up with. I've got to get Graphic Man to make a copy of that Prince Namor, the sea monkey, Prince Namor, I should say. Um, cool. Meyer says, "Hey Basil, I just heard that you guys are getting some cool temps recently."
Oh, for sure. Yeah, it's starting to warm up though now, Meyer. But not bad. But yeah, we're nice over here. I mean, we haven't had to click on the AC over here yet this summer. So
yeah. So what temperature is it there?
today I think it's like 87, 86, 87.
Man, it's 81 here. Oh,
Yeah.
look at that.
That's cool.
But we're wimps enough that when it's 81, we've got the air conditioner going.
Nah, it's as long as it stays for me 92 and below, it's warm. The main thing that bothers me is the cool down at night. That's all. If that's the problem here in Fresno, is it does not cool down at night. It is right now, but usually it stays like 90 degrees at 5 o'clock in the morning, 4 o'clock in the morning. It's
Kevin,
terrible.
has anyone commented on the Tomb of Terror playing?
No, but everybody's gets glued to the screen, it looks like.
Cool.
What is he supposed to be? A pop? What?
He's a Mr. Potato Head.
Oh, yes. Okay. That's a weird combination of two different worlds. Well, anything cool coming out in the new comics that are going to be on the rack tomorrow?
DC barely has anything.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, what was that? I heard that they were cutting loose Punisher because all the Trump guys
they killed him off. They killed him off.
I don't think I don't think they asked for an ID or anything. I don't think so. They could just say we go to the the school.
Betty Page. Gratu's got a ton of that.
I mean, we can call them tomorrow when they're open and find out. I don't think so. I think they close at 5. They have weird hours.
Oh, that's classic.
I think they'd be thrilled to help out. Yeah. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Oh, sure. No problem.
Is it true that Jeepers Creepers movie is based off Mothman?
Okay, sounds great.
I don't think so, but there's a episode of America's Most Wanted where they take that first scene of the movie. They take it right from America's Most Wanted.
Oh.
Hey, I was on a phone call with Cleo. That Mothman comic could how much was that?
I think they're 5. That Frazetta cover you like?
Yeah, I have a Mothman book with that image on it, but I'm sure the artwork inside looks like it was drawn with a crayon by a 5-year-old. But
Let's
maybe
look
you
and
could
see.
add that to my pile. And the Betty Page that had the black cover over, is that probably?
It's a side view of her.
But okay, how much is that magazine?
$10. That one's 10. The one that's black bagged.
Oh, because I see why. Yeah, don't worry. Oh, it's terrible art, isn't it? Well, I mean, I don't know. To me, that's... Oh, man. Yeah, that's to me. I don't know.
Did you like those movies, Gratu? Jeepers Creepers 1 and 2?
I never saw them.
Oh, they're great, man. I thought 2 was better than 1.
I just never saw them. What was the monster like in that?
Mothman. It's like a Mothman
Hey,
knockoff.
I'll be right back. Hold on.
He's like a Mothman knockoff, Gratu.
Yeah.
They're good. It's a good movie. I mean, I wouldn't. I wouldn't. I don't recommend crappy movies to people. I was actually shocked at how good.
Yeah.
Both movies were. I liked number 2 better, but number 1 it was definitely grabbed me. And then what was another thriller that I liked that I've never heard you guys talk about? There's a movie called Mimic. Have you ever heard of that?
No, I've never seen that either.
Oh, dude. Mimic 1. I know there's a Mimic 2. I've never watched it because Mimic 1 was so good. I was like, dude, they could only screw up a Mimic 2. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Mimic. They're both at the same time period. You know, like early to mid 90s. Jeepers Creepers and Mimic. They're those movies. Everybody I've told, you know, hey, watch this, and they've watched. They were just like, wow, you know what I mean? I was like, yeah, they're good. They're not. It's not a bunch of crappy CGI and all that stuff, you know.
Dr. Ghoul says Jeepers Creepers was just Mothman crossed with the Undertaker.
Yeah, there you go.
Was the wrestler the Undertaker? Or I don't. Dr. Gould, hello, Dr. Gould. I think you might be a new person that I don't recognize, but welcome aboard. John Goris Mimic. That was Guillermo del Toro. Oh, well, I like him. Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
Yep. The movie I keep telling people about that no one's ever heard of. Is called Live, Die, Repeat with Tom Cruise. And it was actually called Edge of Tomorrow or something. And it was a complete bomb because it sounds like the name of a soap opera, like As the World Turns or something. And then they changed it when it came out on disc to Live, Die, Repeat. And it's like this outer space combat, kind of like Starship Troopers, except every time he dies, he comes back and he can learn.
I think I've seen it. Yeah, I think I've seen it.
It was brilliant. It was like something out of an EC comic. I mean, it was that clever. I like clever writing.
Yeah. Mimic is clever. Jeepers Creepers is like your classic 50s. It really is. It's like a 50s type. It's got that kind of feel to it, but just a little more modern, or not a little more, a bit more modern.
What is that?
Watch this video.
The truth.
If you like Jeepers Creepers, watch this video right here.
Yeah.
Okay.
Did you like, Kevin, do you like Jeepers Creepers 1 or 2 better?
I liked both of them. Wasn't there 3? What's the one with the vehicle where they teach you about more about the truck you drive?
I think that's 2.
Where the guy's like gets trapped in it.
Yeah, where they're trapped in the bus. Yeah.
Yeah. I like both of them, but I heard that in real life, the guy that directed it or that made it is like some kind of a pedophile or something weird.
Yeah, I heard about that too.
That's why I didn't want to watch it. I remember hearing about that, the real creepy guy that made that first movie. I don't know if he made the second one.
Yep, you're right. So but that doesn't nix the man's. Yeah, that doesn't nix the man
from watching the movie. It's a good movie.
It is a good movie.
It's kind of like liking. It's like you're still gonna like.
Most of us have seen Jeepers Creepers.
Chinatown, even though the guy that made it's a creep. I mean, it's still a brilliant movie. It's just kind of creepy to know what he was really up to.
But yeah, they go and explain how they took the whole thing from a episode of America's Most Wanted.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, the way it's shot and everything.
Now, Kevin, you were telling me about Dr. Durant on YouTube, right? A couple of months ago?
Yeah.
On the phone for you.
Okay, you told me about him. And then this morning, John Goris sent me an email recommending that I watch a video from Dr. Durant. And then, like 30 minutes later, Michael Taylor, who watches a lot, and put a comment under my last video saying, "Watch Dr. Durant." I said, "That's so weird. I just got an email to watch Dr. Durant." So everyone's really praising Dr. Durant. So I'm going to watch that. Watch that more, and then there's some yeah, I don't know about that Mothman comic. I guess that art is I don't know. What do you think, Kevin? I mean, the art wasn't very good inside. Vectors Plansky can be forgiven. Victor Salva can be forgiven, says John. And then sometimes you have to separate the art from the artist, except for Tony Tallarico. Yeah, but Tony Tallarico might actually be a really cool guy. He might be like a really cool old Italian guy. I just don't like his art. But, he had art in Vampirella #1. He did art for Warren. And I like the fact that he turned Dracula and Frankenstein and the werewolf into superheroes in the 60s. But, yeah, I mean, I don't know. Gee whiz. So I think there's a couple of burlesque scenes in some of the later episodes, Kevin, of Tomb of Terror that you may want to stop if they start showing in the. I'm going to have to be more conscious now that I know it's being played in a store, of making sure the show is PG-13. It doesn't go much further than that. Lots of good doctors out there. I miss Dr. Despair and Dr. Terawatt, though. Doomcock was fun, but he's getting tiresome. Yeah, Doomcock's the guy with looks like Dr. Doom, right? With the does reviews of movies. The big helmet head, I think. I don't know Dr. Despair and Dr. Terawatt, but it's probably better than my doctor I had back in Texas. Yeah.
I got to cut, Gratu. I'll check you guys out. I'll watch you.
I got to run here in a minute, too. It looks like they're going live on right.
Thanks, Kev. Talk to you guys later.
Bye. See you later.
This one was I sent you the link to this.
Yeah, I'll look at that, and then I'm going to look at the one that John Goris was telling me about earlier. He recommended I watch one where he's talking to some guy about the psychology of collecting things, and I'm interested in that too. I got to go run and pick up Cleo, but
okay.
I can call
you guys
tomorrow. Yeah, well, so you added a few things to the pile, so
yeah,
maybe you could calculate how much that adds to the pile.
Yeah.
With that, and I could just like create some more episodes to pay for that, or is that?
Yeah, I'll get you the total on these.
All right, and then I still owed you something, right? That wasn't counted in that amount you sent me earlier, right?
Yeah.
It was or wasn't?
No, I didn't.
Oh, okay, so adding it, I think we were even, but now I'm adding more stuff in. But anyway, okay, well, yeah. So this guy's pretty good. I've got to watch him. When you told me about him, I put him in my playlist to watch him, but I haven't watched it yet. And now all of a sudden, everyone's telling me to watch this guy, so I will definitely do that. All right, Kevin. Well, I'll talk to you tomorrow.
All right. Talk to you later.
Take care.
All right. Bye.
See everybody. Take care, guys. End broadcast.